Good afternoon, everybody. It is Monday, the 22nd of February. It's just before 6 o'clock, and I know everybody will be wanting, including myself, to go and see Boris on the television in a moment. But technology let me down in school earlier on, and I couldn't. I'd done a video, and then I couldn't upload it to YouTube, so I'm trying it again from home. Just quickly, so some important bits for you. Hopefully you all got your letters over half term, and that obviously outlined quite a few bits of important information, including the fact that it was an inset day today. However, the 10 children who turned up this morning for the in-school group clearly didn't get that message, but hopefully if you hopefully you did get those messages and they've got all the information that you need. There were a few changes to some of the systems that were in place prior to half term, and that's why I think it's really important that I speak to you tonight, and I want just to clarify those. After feedback from parents and from students and from the staff, it's been decided that the whole year live lessons that we were running at Key Stage 3 weren't working particularly well and weren't very educationally beneficial. So we are moving away from those with immediate effect, and that means that as from tomorrow, all the students, all the lessons, Key Stage 3 lessons, will have a live element to it. Ideally, they'll have a live start, a live finish, and the member of staff will be online during the lesson to answer questions via chat. There'll be some exceptions to this. If a member of staff is supervising in school, that will be an exception to it. They may be able to start the lesson, but they may not be able to close the lesson as such. And sometimes they mightn't be able to deliver that lesson at all. And if a member of staff has got a young family in most cases and aren't able to deliver live lessons full-time from home, which is absolutely understandable, there may be some limitations to their offer as well. But that will be clear from what's on the calendar. So on the calendar, as a Key Stage 3 parent, you should now be able to see that most live lessons will say live rather than assignment. So what I need you to do is to make sure that your sons and daughters are logged on at the start of every lesson, so at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11:30, 12:30, 1 o'clock for period 4. But again, from feedback from the students and the parents and the staff, the afternoon is a long afternoon. So what we're doing for the next 2 weeks is shortening period 4 and period 5. So period 4 will start at 1 o'clock, but we'll finish at 1:45. Period 5 will start at 1:45 and we will finish at 2:30. At 2:30 in school, with the in-school groups, we'll do some well-being activities, and we'd encourage you at home to do the same sort of thing. So the weather's been glorious today. It would have been an ideal day to go for a half-hour well-being walk or to do something out in the sunshine. But we are finishing a little bit earlier. Hopefully then that will make pickups for parents a little bit easier, whether they are our teachers who are parents or parents at home. So just to clarify, all lessons will have a live element, both Key Stage 3 and Key Stage 4. Key Stage 4 is pretty much staying the same as it was. So please make sure students are logged on at the start of each lesson, and then staff will be available on the chat function during the lesson to be able to answer questions, and then in most cases we'll be able to come back at the end of the lesson to close the lesson, to have a plenary to clarify what students have understood and haven't understood, what maybe needs to go they need to go over again next lesson, etc, etc. So that's the immediate changes. Now obviously we've got the changes that have come out today, that were leaked yesterday and have come out today, and we'll get more detail from Boris very, very soon, but that's to do with the reopening of the schools. So it will seem that, or it does seem that, all students are coming back as from the 8th of March, with some discretion allowed for schools to do with how we go about testing them. And the testing at the moment, they're saying 3 tests in school, 1 test at home, and then further testing at home. The details of that is being released tomorrow, so I'll know more about that then. But with that in mind, the most important thing I'm asking of you with regards to the return to school at the moment is get your consent forms in. So they're on the website. They came out with the letters home over half term. Either fill one in and send it into school, or drop it off at school, or fill one in, take a photograph of it, send it into school, or fill it in online and email email it into school. Somehow get that consent form into school. If you're not consenting to a test and you're absolutely within your rights that to make that decision, can you please tell us you're not consenting to a test, and then we can then not harass you. Otherwise we will harass you, assuming that you just haven't filled in the consent form. So please, if you're not going to consent, please tell us. And if you are going to consent, get your consent forms in, because the earlier we get those, the more planning we can do, the more efficiently we can get the students back into school, which is what we all want. You know, we really do. And when they come back into school, the system is going to be pretty much identical to what it was before Christmas. All the COVID controls will be in place, but it would again seem that there will be the added COVID control of face coverings in a classroom. So that's the information that we're getting at the moment. It says face coverings in school if you can't socially distance. Well, you can't socially distance if you're sitting next to somebody in a classroom. So face coverings are likely to be used in classrooms as well. So face coverings pretty much at all times. So that's it. For the moment. It is 8 minutes, 58, so literally I'm going to stop there now. One final thing is that it is Lent, started last week with Ash Wednesday, and we are going to be following a Lenten journey which looks at every day something either to give, something to pray for, or something to fast from. And tomorrow's ask is that we give, and that we give 5p's, collect our 5p's. So I've done that here, and there are all the 5p's around the house that I could find and in my drawer in school. So I've started the collection off. It's going to go to St Joseph's Penny. So for those of you who are in school tomorrow, have a search around your house tonight and bring me in any 5p's, and I'll put a box outside my office. For those of you who are in, there's the dog. Great. Go on. Apologies. For those of you who are coming back next week, collect your 5p's. Okay, take care. See you soon. Bye bye.